Hi everyone, welcome back to another wild and wonderful episode of Giant James Kitchen. Today I'll be cooking for you a one-pot creamy chicken pasta with some melted in parmesan and garnished with some fresh parsley. So let's go through some of the ingredients. We've got salt and pepper, as always, essentials. We've got 1 onion. We've got some button mushrooms. You need 2 chicken breasts, a cup of shredded parmesan, a cup of heavy cream, 3 cups of chicken stock, a few 100 grams of penne pasta, because it's all going to go in, olive oil, and white wine. This white wine is not for drinking, it's for cooking. And the cider is for drinking. It goes quite well with the heavy pasta because it's kind of like light and citrusy, so it'll kind of cut through all that heavy, rich pasta, cream and pasta and all those kind of carbs and all that salt, so it'll complement it quite nicely. Excuse me guys, I'm a little bit under the weather. It's been a pretty hard week or so with work, so I'm feeling a little bit rough, but we'll get through it. So. Right, let's set it all up. We'll start by opening the wine. Just anything cheap is fine, because you're just cooking the wine out, so you're cooking the alcohol into the food. You can use masala wine, which is a sweeter wine. If you don't have masala wine, you can use white wine with a cup and a half of brandy. All right, so we'll leave that over there for now. And you want to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to your pan. Just get it in there, get it ready. And we'll put a bit of salt seasoning in there as well for flavour. Just a good healthy pinch. Cube up the chicken breasts. You want it nice and small in your pasta so that when you're eating your pasta, you've not got massive chicken chunks in there. So get 2 clean breasts with the skin taken off, like so. Just try and get it into even chunks, decent size. You don't want to be too stingy with the chunk size. Okay, so we just heat that pan now to a medium heat. Okay, and leave that chicken to kind of brown. Stir the chicken around. You just want it to get a bit of colour on it, each side. You're not looking to cook all the chicken in one go. So you just want to get a nice coating of colour around the chicken breast. You're sealing off the meat. And what that does is keeps a lot of the moisture inside. So when we cook it in our actual pasta sauce later on, and then you bite into it when it's all cooked, the moisture should be retained in the chicken, making it nice and succulent, sweet, how it should be. So while that's cooking away, I'll try and multitask without cocking it up. I'm just going to slice a whole white onion into the mix. It's lush. I can smell it already, even through this cold. Just remember to go back to the chicken, give it a stir. You don't want it to overcook on one side. And just slice the onion. Nice, decent enough, thin enough slices. And slice your cup of mushrooms as well, just roughly. Just check on that chicken again. Cooking nicely now. Some of the other pieces. Just try and make sure it's coated on all sides. One of the reasons why you want all your chicken to be roughly the same size, even though I've done a terrible job of it, is because you want it to cook evenly and all at the same time. You don't want some bits overcooked and some bits not cooked at all. So I think like that's enough cooking for the chicken. So just take it off the heat, leave it to one side while we finish preparing our veg. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to another pan, and we're going to cook. I mean, you can just use 1 pan for this, but I'm going to be lazy and use 2. So on a medium heat again, pinch of salt again, bit of olive oil. We're going to cook up our veg. There you go. What I will do actually is drain the juices off this chicken into there. So you've got some of the chicken flavour cooking into the onions and mushrooms. And really with this, we're just cook browning it all off. So the trick with this is just to cook these onions until they brown off a bit. Not too long, 5 minutes or so, nothing crazy. And then while we're waiting, we're going to prepare our parsley. This is just going to be a garnish, and it just makes it look nice. It smells great. Fresh parsley always smells delish. So just dice that up, run your knife over it a couple of times. Done, easy. See, this meal is super simple. I read somewhere the other day that if you cut onions and you cry, it's because your knife's too blunt. And I don't know why, but it's just a nice little tip to remember. If you sharpen your knife, you won't cry so much when you cut onions. There's probably like a legitimate scientific method behind that, but I'm too ignorant to find out. Okay, so they're getting some nice colour on them now, the onions. I want to just cook it off a little bit more, because there's nothing worse for me than undercooked onions. So you want about 3 cups of chicken stock, which is about 2 of these little boxes. Struggle today, absolute struggle. Okay, these are cooking real nicely now. I can smell those rich flavours coming off. Earthy, sweet onion, oh, heavenly, lush. When that's all kind of cooked off a little bit, add it all to the one pan. Okay, it's a nice big pan, make life easy for yourself. And you want to add a cup of white wine, a cup of cream. I think we need a little bit more wine than that. Cup of cream. Oh yeah, it is, heavy cream. Add the whole thing. This is going to form the base of your sauce, so you want to add a generous helping. And then you want to add your 2 cups of chicken stock. So to recreate the masala wine, we've used a sweeter wine. I don't like the taste of sweeter wine, but it goes well with the pasta. It kind of cuts through the richness of it a little bit. So you want to bring this to the boil. Get it up so it's a rolling boil. Take your pasta, open it. I think this is a 500 gram bag. I'm going to add 400 grams, about. Stir it in as much as possible to the boil, and then we're going to cover it and simmer it for 15 to 20 minutes. Let that pasta get nice and tender, and all the sauce will cook into the pasta, and it will finish off the chicken. The onions will like kind of melt into it, and it's like a rich tapestry of flavour. Sorry, I got dead to say that. And yeah, it'll be just delicious. Yeah, so I can't wait. If it ever heats up, put the lid on it. That usually helps. So you can see it's almost bubbling up now. You want to get it to, we're going to get it to the full boil, and then we're going to take it down. So when it starts bubbling like that, just want to take the heat down to medium to high, and just let it cover it. Let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to set a timer now. So 15 minutes, set. And then now we just chill out, pour yourself a glass of wine, don't know, watch some YouTube or something, do whatever the hell you like. But give yourself 15 minutes and then come back and we should be ready. All right. Okay, after 15 minutes, the pasta should be cooked all the way through, with all the veg as well. And that cream and that wine is cooked into the pasta as well. So we take our cup of cheese, big cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're just going to stir that in to the pasta as well. And this will just thicken it all up and give it that nice cheesy creaminess to it. Stir it all in, that's like thick, stringy, that looks delicious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. Done. After our long hunt for the bowl, we found one, and we're just going to pop this pasta in. So cheesy, look at all that cheese. And then serve it like that, and just finish with a little bit of parsley on top. There, fresh parsley. Voila. Creamy chicken pasta with loads of cheese and parsley. Delish. The chicken is so soft, and pasta, the mushrooms, the onions. That white wine and that cream, they mix so, it blends so well. This is decadent, this is rich. Okay, stop filming now. I'm picking out.